हाँ जी. Okay. So, very good evening, all of you. I hope that my voice is clear to you. Okay. So, just let me know that my voice is clear to you, and also I'm visible to you properly. There is no issue. हाँ जी. विष्णु महीना देवर्ष, गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी. और बाकी कौन है, प्लीज लेट मी नो. ओके, ग्रेट. सो बाकी लोग भी जो भी मुझे लाइव देख रहे हैं, जस्ट you can tell me. Okay, so your paper examination scheduled is you can say live now, and as you know that our paper is on the 7th of February in the afternoon session. ठीक है, मैंने ये शेड्यूल आपको भेजा था. So this is आपने देख लिया होगा, right? Okay. So more probably today will be our last lecture of the chemical technology. Successfully and in a very effective way we completed our chemical technology lecture, right? So today is your last lecture of the chemical technology, and today we will discuss the natural product industry. So in the fourth part we have to discuss the four types of the industry. I think three types of the industry: inorganic, fertilizer, and the natural product industry. First two industries we have already completed. Now remaining will be discussed today. Okay, Anji. So I hope that you are ready for it. So let's begin our class today. Okay, Anji. So now, so my first industry for the natural product industry will be the paper and pulp industry. ठीक है, paper and pulp industry will be my, you can say, the first industry for the natural product industry, right? Okay, let's try to understand it, right? Let's try to understand it, guys. See, so this is the flow sheet from the Dryden. I make this flow sheet in a very simple way, and just remember that sheet only. ठीक है. So for the paper making we need the pulp. So first we will discuss the pulp. First we discuss the pulp actually, and major portion is of the pulp only. ठीक है. So for the paper making we need the pulp. ठीक है. And how to make the pulp, let's try to understand it, guys. Okay, so basically if I will discuss about the raw material, for the pulp, then it will be the, obviously it will be the natural source. What are the natural source? Like bamboos, bagasse, right? In our local language this is called bass, right? Bamboos. I hope that you see them anywhere, the bamboos. So raw material for the pulp will be the any natural you can say the any natural material containing the cellulose and hemicellulose also. So my raw material will be the bamboos, bagasse, like that, right? Okay, so first of all we have a kind of reactor is there, you will say. The name will be the digester. So digester is nothing but it is a kind of a pressure cooker at our home, है ना? Pressure cooker होता है. So that's kind of practice we have, that is called the digester. ठीक है, understand it in a very simple way. हाँ जी. So you want to make any dish, or let's suppose you want to make any sabji, kind of you can say aloo and gajar. So क्या करते हो आप? Basically first you prepare the your vegetables and put it into the pressure cooker, or you can say digester. And after that you are basically putting some water into it and just give it to the temperature and pressure conditions, like that. In the same way we will do this. So this is my digester, guys. This is my digester. This is my digester, and first you will what, you cut the vegetables. So in the same way, basically there is a chipper bean. So with the help of this chipper bean, we make some small chips of a particular size of the bamboos. Is it clear to you? So we basically disintegrate the bamboos, and you can see we reduce the size so that we can easily put into the digester. So if I'll talk about the percentage, so let's suppose whatever I will put into the digester, out of that total material, 25% will be your wood chips. 25% will be your wood chips. I hope that this is clear to you. Is it clear to you? And wood chips kahan se aayegi? It is from the chipper bean, from this chip bean. Okay, this is your chip bean. Okay, so you just cut your vegetables. Okay, you just cut your vegetables. Now just add some water into it. Add some water into it. Okay. Okay. So let's suppose this is my water. So water percentage will be 50%. 50% water we add into it. So total 75%. Now remaining 25% will be your masala. So here we will basically add some you can say masala into it. Okay, चलिए आप इसको प्रेशर कुकर की तरह बेस अगर नहीं समझे तो आप एक काम कीजिए. गुड इवनिंग अनुष्का. You can understand this with the example of washing machine. Washing machine will be the perfect example to understand this. ठीक है? Okay, so let's suppose this wood chips are my clothes. I add some water into the washing machine and I add the detergent into it. My detergent into it is you can say the mixture of chemicals. That chemical is NaOH plus Na2S. This is my chemical detergent, you can say. Is it clear to you? This is called white liquor. This is called white liquor. Okay. So 50% is water, 25% is wood chips, and 25% is white liquor. White liquor is the combination of the sodium hydroxide and Na2S. So this is a very important thing, that what is the white liquor. Okay. Now we run the washing machine. Okay, so at this digester there is a temperature. So if we'll talk about the temperature, in the top head we maintain the temperature about 170 to 180, and in the lower we will make the 65 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, what is basically happening here, as you know that in the wooden chips there are some what are the components? Cellulose, hemicellulose. Okay, so cellulose, hemicellulose and lignin. What will lignin role in the you can say the chips of the wood? Lignin is basically kind of a binder. Due to the lignin, the two pieces of the two fiber of the wood chips is combined to each other. So at this high temperature, this lignin is basically dissolved. This lignin is basically disintegrate from the in between the fibers, and this is dissolved into the white liquor. समझ गए क्या कह रहा हूं मैं? At this temperature, what will happen here? The wood chips is basically starts to disintegrate. Starts to disintegrate basically. How? Due to the temperature. So basically that binder which is responsible for the binding of the fibers, that lignin is basically start to dissolve in the white liquor. Is it clear to you? If we remove the lignin, then we can separate out that fiber actually, and we need that fiber. So like lignin is what? Lignin is kind of a dirt here. So in the wood chips, lignin is the dirt, and this is my detergent. So this detergent is dissolved in the dust. So what is the dust here? Lignin. So this detergent, or you can say this white liquor, is dissolved in the lignin and it separate out. So after the, you can say, washing your clothes in the vent pipe, what type of water you will get? That dusty water, है ना, जिसमें पूरा बेकार कचरा होता है, that dusty water. That is basically my what? It is my white lignin plus water plus lignin. Due to the lignin, the color of that white liquor will be the black. So that's why it is called black liquor. That's why it is called black liquor, guys. That's why it is called black liquor. I hope that this is clear to you. बोलिए, ठीक है? Now after the disintegration of the fibers, what we get? We get the pulp. So this is why black liquor. In the black liquor, what is basically there? In the black liquor, what is the basically there? In the black liquor, in this is your white liquor plus lignin, right? Plus water. This is basically your black liquor, right? This is my pulp. Now this pulp is basically going into the bleaching process. Okay, and this pulp after bleaching is stored and it is going into for the paper industry. This is basically going for the paper industry. I hope that this flow sheet is clear to you. Okay, so remember like this. I hope that this is clear to you. Hanji boliye. I hope that this is clear to you. Yes or no? Hanji, tell me that this is clear to you. Okay, good. So let's read this process, whatever we discussed now. So basically, what is the pulping? Pulping is the disintegration of bulky fibrous material into the small fibers suitable for the paper. Raw material will be the raw chips of the 50% wood chips, 2 to 3 centimeter of the size, and this size is basically achieved in the chipper bean. 50% is water, 25% wood chips, 25% white liquor. What is the white liquor? It is the combination of the Na2S plus NaOH. Okay, this white liquor is also called the cooking liquor, and as you know that in this NaOH is there, means any base is there, that's why it is called alkaline process. Okay, this process is called alkaline process. If we will talk about the digester, then digester is it is nothing but it is a 25 to 30 meter tall tower where temperature is different maintained at the top and bottom. Okay, at the top high temperature is maintained. Why? To break the wood chips. Okay, so that this lignin is dissolved into the white liquor. If you will talk about the residence time, then it is 1 to 5 hours, or approximately it is approximately exactly up to 1.5 to 2 hours will be the residence time. That is also called cooking time. ठीक है, जो मैं आपको वो एग्जाम्पल बता रहा था ना, I will give you an example of kind of cooker. ठीक है, so that cooking time is the 2 hours, right? Is it clear to you? हाँ जी. So now the next process is what? Whatever we get this black liquor, whatever this black liquor we are getting, we will convert this black liquor, we will recover some chemicals, we will recover the chemicals from the black liquor. Okay, so there is a chemical recovery section. So here there are two streams, black liquor and the pulp. Pulp is going after bleaching for the paper industry, and black liquor is going for the chemical recovery. Okay, is clear to you? Okay, so I think मैंने यहाँ पे कोई add नहीं की है slide, so let me add one slide. And after that, हाँ जी. Okay, is it clear to you? So I hope that this process is clear to you, that my white liquor is converted into the black liquor, and this black liquor is going into the chemical recovery section. Chemical recovery section. हाँ जी बोलिए. I hope that this is clear to you. I hope that this is clear to you guys. Done. Okay. So in this black liquor, as we know that there is a white liquor plus lignin is there plus water is there. So what we will do, we just vaporize the water. Means basically we increase the concentration of the black liquor. So at very first we increase the concentration. We increase the concentration of black liquor. So now the black liquor in the whole solution, my black liquor is 10 to 15 percentage, but with the help of multiple effect evaporator, with the multi effect evaporator, with the help of multiple effect evaporator, we will get the concentration of the black liquor is 60 to 65 percentage. Just vaporize the water. Okay. So this is the very important point, that in the pulp industry multi-effect evaporator is used. Multi-effect evaporator is basically used. Hanji, is it clear to you? Now for in the chemical recovery section, my first process will be the smelting. What will be the smelting process? In the smelting process, we have the lignin salt, that lignin solution, 2NaR. This is my what? This is my lignin salt. Okay? And plus air, it converts into Na2CO3 plus CO2. This is my first reaction in the smelting. Na2CO3 is called green liquor. So first we have white liquor, then white liquor change into the black liquor, and the black liquor is now changed into the green liquor. Is it clear to you? ठीक है? हाँ जी, clear? Okay. Second process is my causticizing process. In the causticizing process, whatever we have the green liquor, that is Na2CO3, that undergo the causticization. Means you are adding some caustic soda, that is CaOH2, calcium hydroxide, right? It is again converted into our white liquor, that is 2NaOH, and some calcium CaCO3 also. So what is this? This is the white liquor. So what is our main aim? My main aim is to recover the chemical. Okay? So we are using the NaOH in the white liquor. So from that black liquor, we basically separate again the white liquor. So you can say the white liquor change into the black liquor is changed into the green liquor, and then green liquor again change into the white liquor. This is the chemical recovery section. So in the chemical recovery section, there are you can say two important points is there, that multi-effect evaporator is used, and second is what are the steps in the chemical recovery section, smelting process and the causticizing process. Hanji, clear? This is clear to you? So this is about the black liquor. So this is going into the chemical recovery section. Now this pulp is undergoing into the bleaching section, and after it will be used for the paper industry. So in this section you have to remember the bleaching agent also. You have to remember the bleaching agent also. So the bleaching agent will be H2O2 Cl2 Cl2O2. These are the bleaching agent that is used for the bleaching purpose. बोलिए. Clear? Okay. Now, in this pulp making process, whatever we discussed here, that is my sulfate craft process. Whatever we discussed now, that is my sulfate craft process. There is another process is also there, that is called sulfite process. Okay? So what I'm saying, that whatever this process we are basically discussing, that is your sulfate craft process. And another process is also there, that is called a sulfite process. So there is no requirement to go through the whole process of this sulfite. बस हमें क्या पता होना चाहिए, we just know the difference, main difference between the sulfate and the sulfite. ठीक है? Okay, now what is the difference between the sulfate craft and the sulfite process? So very, you can say, important difference is the medium which we are using. That is, in the sulfate process, or you can say the sulfate craft process, alkaline medium is used, and in the sulfite it is acidic medium is used. This is the important point जो कि you can say that most of the time is asked. ठीक है? In the sulfate craft process, alkaline medium is used. And what alkaline? And due to this NaOH, this process is my alkaline. So in this process, sodium hydroxide NaOH plus sodium sulfide Na2S is used actually, and in this bisulfites is used. Okay, Hanji, ठीक है. So if we will talk about the pH range, no need to remember, just to give you idea about the alkalinity and the acidic strength, right? So it is 12 to 14 and it is 1 to 5. If we will talk about the digester type that we are using to break out the lignin, so in the sulfate process and in the sulfite process, the digester type is the continuous or batch. We can use the continuous or we can use the batch, both the type of digester we are using. Nowadays sulfite is not common. Okay, the common process is now sulfate craft process. Okay. If you will talk about the wood compatibility, then in the sulfate craft process, it is working with all type of the woods, including the hard, soft, resinous bark. Means it is very flexible with the raw material. But in the sulfite process, we require the clean wood actually. So that additional adds some cost into the process. If you will talk about the quality of the pulp, then it produces the strongest fiber and high strength paper. And it produces the weaker fiber compared to the craft process, right? So I think you can have that now, the idea why the sulfite process is obsolete now. If you will talk about the color of the unbleached pulp, means before the bleaching, the color of the pulp is dark brown and it is the light brown or nearly it is white. Bleachability is difficult to bleach in the sulfate process and it is very easy to bleach. If we talk about the yield of pulp, then it is 45 to 50% and it is 50 to 60%. Means in the sulfite process we are getting the higher yield, but that we are getting very weak pulp, weak fiber, and also the cost is high as compared to the sulfate process. So again, the very common question is asked that why this process is called sulfate kraft process. Sulfate name is due to the Na2SO4 chemical which is used. Okay, so my sulfate kraft process is alkaline. Why alkaline? Because we are using the NaOH. Next question can be why it is sulfate kraft name? Because Na2SO4 is used and it is converted into the Na2S in the recovery section. And what is kraft? Because the pulp is producing is strong. This is the basically reason for the name of the sulfate kraft process. So I hope that this is clear to you, the whole thing. What is this process, how we convert it, what is going into the recovery section, what we recover, how white liquor change into the white liquor again, and what are the another process, what is the comparison. I hope that all the things are very clear to you, but still if you have any doubt you can ask, or we can move ahead. Bolo. Okay, ठीक है. Next is my paper industry. So paper industry is a very easy industry actually. So if the question will come, that will come from the pulp industry. So paper industry, so whatever the pulp we are making in the pulp industry, we stored for the paper making industry. Now that pulp is converted into the paper, that's it. Okay, so it is the not that much you can see the hard process. It is very simple process. See, so there is a beater is there. What is the beater? What is the beater actually? Beater, you know, as this name suggested, beater means equipment is there having some metal blades, right? And whatever we store the pulp, we fed into the beater. Whatever we making the pulp, we basically sent to the beater. So if we will talk about the pulp, then a very few percentage of the pulp will be there, means about 0.5 to 1% pulp will be there. Okay, remaining will be what? Remaining will be the water. Remaining will be the water. So we add the water into it. So it is you can say in a very local language we can say जो भी आपने फाइबर इकट्ठा किया है, just add most of the water, maximum water उसके अंदर आप क्या कर दें, आप उसके अंदर घोल दें, मिला दें उसको. ठीक है, most of the water. So it is 0.5 to it is you can see 99 to 99.5% water is there. So whatever we are making here in the technical language, it is called web forming. It is called web forming. So whatever we making here, that is my what we are, the solution is called web forming. So we basically make the web. Is it clear to you? So beater, what is the role of the beater? Beater is nothing but it mix the water with the fiber properly, and it also disintegrate the pulp in a very small part, in a very small fraction. Is it clear to you? Okay. So pulp fiber is basically mechanically you can say disintegrated with the metal blades. I hope that this is clear to you. Okay. And now we are having the web forming with the water content is very high. Now our next task is to remove this water. At this stage my web is you can see 99.5%. It means it contains the 99.5% water. Now we have to remove this water. ठीक है, is it clear to you? So after this solution is going through the there are big rollers are there actually, ठीक है, pressure rollers are there actually, and these rollers actually can have the phenomenon of suction also, ठीक है. So with the pressing this solution, with the pressing, these are the rollers, pressure rollers, these are the pressure rollers, ठीक है, and in this suction is also created. So due to the pressing this solution, due to the suction, this basically water is now reducing at this stage, and at this stage my web forming is about 60 to 65 percentage. So now you आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, just you have to remove the water content gradually, that's it. Is it clear to you? Now the next process is your you can say further reducing the water content, ठीक है. Is it clear to you? So here it is 60 to 65 percentage. Now you are using the rollers or steam heated rollers actually, ठीक है, you are using the steam heated rollers. So this solution is going with the help of these rollers, and with the help of these rollers, these are the steam heated actually. So this steam heated rollers actually vaporize the water, and now my water content after this is 5 to 6 percentage. Is it clear to you? And after this it is going into the calendria roll. There is a name of the roll that basically making the paper roll. This is my paper roll. This is my paper roll. So this is called calendria. So this is the name of the roll actually, calendria roll, ठीक है. So this is my finishing. So with the help of calendria rolls, these winding rolls we are getting of the paper, ठीक है. So paper industry is not so much difficult. क्या इसमें कुछ नहीं है, just whatever the pulp we are making, we make the web formation here by adding the maximum water into it, and gradually we decrease the water. The first process for decreasing the water is the pressing thing. Just press it or through the suction. After that we are using the steam heated rollers, ठीक है. I hope that this is clear to you. I hope that this is clear to you. हाँ जी बोलिए. So this is your paper and pulp industry, ठीक है. Pulp industry is actually important. Can we move forward? Okay, done. हाँ जी. Now my next industry is oils and fat industry. So put the heading oils and fat industry. Put the heading oils and fat industry. Oils and fat industry. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let's be familiar with the oils actually. So if we will talk about the types of the oil, then we are having the two types. First one is the vegetable oil and second is the essential oil. Is it clear to you? Vegetable oil is what? That oil which we are basically using for the cooking purpose, like sarson ka tel, है ना? These types of oils comes into the category of vegetable oils. So this is used for the nutrition of humans, animals and plants. Yes, we know that. And it is obtained from the seeds and fruits. ठीक है? We know that. Essential oils are what? Those oils we are applying on the hairs. So the oils which are used for the cosmetic purpose, cosmetics, perfume, soaps, medicines, these are the basically oils which are called essential oils. ठीक है? I hope that most of you know about this, that your parachute coconut oil. So everybody at our homes, parachute oil is basically used for the we basically in the north actually that parachute oil is basically used for the oiling your hairs. है ना? In the north actually we are not using the coconut oil as a cooking oil. So the you can say the taxes on the vegetable oils is basically lower as compared to the essential oils, because essential oils are kind of luxury things, है ना? Because these essential oils comes into the category of cosmetics. So Parachute did a very beautiful thing. उसने क्या किया, अपने पैराशूट को वेजिटेबल ऑयल की कैटेगरी में सेल करना शुरू कर दिया, बिकॉज द कोकोनट ऑयल कैन ऑल्सो बी यूज फॉर द कुकिंग पर्पज. ठीक है, सो दे पेइंग द लेस टैक्स एंड ऑल्सो, बट या वी आर यूजिंग इट एज एसेंशियल ऑयल्स, बट दे आर सेलिंग इट एज अ वेजिटेबल ऑयल्स. ठीक है, ओके, सो आई होप दैट यू नोटेड द टाइप्स ऑफ द ऑयल्स. हाँ जी, so chemically what are these oils and fat are? This is important, this can be a question, ये question बन सकता है, that what is the chemically this oil and fats are. So guys, chemically these are the triglycerides actually, these are the triglycerides. So what are the triglycerides, how the triglycerides is making, it is making with the reaction between the ester of the glycerol and the fatty acid. So when the fatty acid and glycerol is basically react with each other, we are getting the triglyceride. So this is your fatty acid RCOOH, R-COOH and R-COOH. So this is your fatty acid, it is react with the glycerol and it convert into the triglyceride. It convert into the triglyceride. Is it clear to you? Okay. So this is your R1. This is your R2 and this is your R3. This is your R1, this is your R2 and this is your R3. So this is my R1, R2, R3. RCOOCH2. ठीक है, this is the formula RCOOCH2. This is also R2COOCH. This is RCOOCH2. So this R1, R2, R3, these can be same or this can be different. It is totally depend upon the fatty acids and what we have the fatty acid. So just remember the triglyceride structure, that what is the structure, and also by name that what are the oils and fats. So oils and fats are the triglycerides, and how we make this with the reaction between the fatty acid and the glycerol. हाँ जी, is it clear to you? Very simple thing. ठीक है, याद रहेगा, oil and fats are the triglycerides. How to make triglycerides, glycerol and the fatty acids. Is it clear to you? बोलो. Okay. Now in the fatty acid, whatever we discuss, this R group, R means alkyl group, है ना? Most of the time I already मैं हमेशा बताता हूँ, I used to tell you about the R is my alkyl group. Alkyl group can be anything. So in the fatty acid, so there are, you can say, the 4 types of the fatty acids are there, depending upon the what alkyl group is there. So one is stearic fatty acid, oleic, linoleic and linolenic. What is the stearic? It is a C17H35. Oleic is C17H33. It is C17H31 and linoleic is the C17H29. ठीक है, just remember guys, just remember in this order: stearic, oleic, linoleic, linolenic, and just remove the hydrogen by 2. So it is 35, it is 33, it is 31, it is 29. ठीक है, so stearic is what? Stearic is the saturated alkyl group, saturated hydrocarbon in which there is no double bond is there, or 0 double bond. In the oleic, 1 double bond is there. In the linoleic, 2 double bond is there. In the linoleic, 3 double bond is there. So stearic is unsaturated, oleic is the unsaturated. Due to the presence of higher double bond, linoleic is the more unsaturated. And out of all these 4, linolenic has the higher double bonds. It means total 3 double bonds is there. That's why it is the highly unsaturated fatty acids. So due to this saturation of the bonds, there is basically some difference is came into the fatty acids. Let's see it. Let's see it. What is that basically particular reason? Hanji. So if we will talk about the effect of the unsaturation, that what if the double bond is increasing or decreasing? So we know that if double bond is increasing, the unsaturation is basically increasing. So if unsaturation is increasing, what will happen? The melting point will decrease actually. Reactivity towards the oxygen is increased. That is a very bad thing for us. So due to the oxygen reactivity, the chance of rancidity is increasing. Rancidity means kharab ho jana, fungus lag jana. Why? Because the reactivity towards the oxygen increasing. It will react with the oxygen, and so their chance of rancidity is increasing. Is it clear to you? So this is the effect of the unsaturation. This is the important point actually. This is the important point actually. Okay. So now what we'll do, what we have to do, now we will do the hydrogenation for that. We will do the hydrogenation for that. So what will the hydrogenation will do? Due to the hydrogenation means, see, why the बहुत सिंपल से याद करने का तरीका, if you are decreasing the hydrogen, double bonds are increasing. So to decrease the double bonds, or means to decrease the unsaturation, add up the hydrogen, means the hydrogenation. Very simple. So this hydrogenation is basically reduce the double bonds, so its reactivity decreases, so its melting point increases, so it's improve the storage stability. That there are chance of rancidity is now low. In the hydrogenation, what is the question they asked? They asked about the catalyst actually. They will not ask you what is the hydrogenation. They will ask you the catalyst used in the hydrogenation. Very, very, very important question. So in the hydrogenation process, nickel, nickel, or sometime nickel aluminum alloy, these are the catalysts basically used in the hydrogenation process. ठीक है? एक बार आप लिखिए. I'll get back to you in the 1 minute only. हाँ जी, लिखा सबने? बोलिए. Everybody, can we move forward now? Can we move forward now? Okay. So I hope that this information, this thing is clear to you. Now, so as you know that unsaturation depend upon the alkyl group in the fatty acid. What can be the alkyl group? Stearic, oleic, linoleic, linolenic. Okay. And how to reduce? By the hydrogenation. So depending upon the hydrogenation, there we have the two kind of product basically. So these are the types of the hydrogenation products. First one is the ghee based hydrogenation and second is the vanaspati ghee. So ghee, that basically that we will say it as ghee. So that what is that ghee? That process, that in the hydrogenation process, low pressure and high temperature is maintained there. Then we produce a fat with the melting point similar to the butter. So that product is called actually ghee. That product is basically actually called ghee. Okay? And one is your vanaspati ghee. What is that vanaspati ghee? That it is at the pressure high and low temperature. It is producing the high melting and stable cooking grade fat that is basically used for the frying. That is called the वनस्पति घी. So I think that you guys are कहीं पे तो आपने सुना होगा डालडा, वनस्पति घी, these kind of things. These are the things actually. So only making process is different. At the low LPHT we are getting ghee, and at the HPLT we are getting the vanaspati ghee. Catalyst used is the nickel or any nickel. Okay, is it clear to you? So in the roadside, these vanaspati ghee is previously they used. Now we have the one more cheaper oil is there, that is the palm oil. They are using it for the frying, है ना, जो हम बाहर we like the samosas, tikki and all these stuff actually roadside, जो आपके क्या बोलते हैं उसको, junk food, that is making by these vanaspati ghee and all that. These are very dangerous for the health actually. ठीक है, they are similar, they are because their melting point is high and these are the stable, so that's why we can use for the cooking purpose. But if we will talk about the health wise, these are the very bad things. Okay, hanji. Okay, so now we will I hope that this is clear to you. hanji, लिखा सबने लिखा. Now, so as we know that where from the oils is coming. So all the raw material for the oils are the seeds. जैसे मैंने बोला सरसों का तेल, oil of the सरसों, sesame oils. So there are different kind of method to extract the oil from the to extract from the oil from the seeds. One is the digestion method. Digestion method is what? Digestion method is nothing but it is a very basic method. Squeeze the your seeds and extract the oils. So at the low level, if you are going in a meal, in a sarson ka tel wali meal, then you will see a very you can say rollers are there which basically squeeze the that seeds, sesame seeds, and extract the oils. So this is the one method, digestion method, that is called. Okay, so it is nothing but it is used like a pulp like seed industry is there, uses heavy mechanical pressure rollers are there, they squeeze the seeds and coming out the oil. Is it clear to you? Okay, so this is actually the good method for the health, but due to this process, this is the only, you can see, no at any chemical process we are getting the less yield actually. Okay, if we will talk about the solvent extraction, means we are using any chemical for it, we are using any solvent actually. So this is usually uses the hexane process. Here the oil recovery is higher and this is industry, it is preferred because industry को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता about the health, है ना. Industry doesn't industry does not interested in your health actually, they are interested in making money. ठीक है, is it clear to you? So this is the process actually. So how to get the oils, this is how we are getting the oils. Okay, so whatever the oil we are using actually, that is from we purchase from the market, that market is basically use this kind of method, solvent extraction like that. Okay, so it is you can say if you find any local shop which is basically using this digestion method, because this is not the industrial scale process, it is very small kind of shops, they are using this method. So purchase the oil from that shops if possible. ठीक है, otherwise तो जो हमारे पास है हमें वही यूज करना पड़ेगा. Now so whatever the oils we are getting, that oils is basically going from the purification process. ठीक है. Now what are those purification process? First process is by neutralization. So as you know that the free fatty acids is present in that, so we have to remove that free fatty acids by using the Na2CO3 or alkali. Is it clear to you? Okay, so first process is my neutralization. This is my first process of the purification process, in which we are removing the fatty acids present in it using the Na2CO3 or alkali. Second process is the bleaching. This is the very important point. So how we done the bleaching? Using the fuller earth. This is the chemical name, important. This is the bleaching agent, remember it, fuller earth, ठीक है, or activated clay. It remove the pigment, ठीक है, and it removes these chemical components. Third one is the deodorization. In this deodorization, it is the high temperature steam distillation. It basically remove the odor, causing volatiles. Is it clear to you? हाँ जी, क्लियर है. सो वी आर नॉट, मैंने आपको ना ये नोट्स के अंदर पूरा एक जैसे न्यूट्रलाइजेशन, ब्लीचिंग, ये पूरा प्रोसेस आपको बेसिकली बताया नहीं है क्या है क्या नहीं है. वी एक्सट्रैक्ट, वी ओनली इंटरेस्टेड इन द इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स जो कि आपके गेट के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है. वी आर, देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ एक्सप्लेनिंग द हाउ ब्लीचिंग इज डन, व्हाट इज, वेयर ब्लीचिंग इज डन, व्हाट इज द टेम्परेचर प्रेशर कंडीशन, है ना. सो दिस इज नॉट द नेसेसरी. So you will not find any process in any detailed process of the purification, ठीक है. So जैसे कि हमने that purification process is important in the polymerization. So there you can say we had a discussion in very detail of the purification process. Is it clear to you? So यहाँ पे जो मेरे पास में आपके पास एक आइडिया भी रहे और important क्या है वो मैंने यहाँ पे रखा है. Is it clear to you? Okay. Fourth one is the separation. Final clear oil is basically separated and it is stored, and hydrogenation as we already discussed it. Is it clear to you? ठीक है. So these are the purification steps. So just revise these. So these are the oils and fat industry. So two types of the oil: vegetable essential. Vegetable is cooking, essential is as cosmetic oils. ठीक है. Okay. Remember this one thing. in the essential oils, aromatic compounds are there. What are the oils and fats? It is the triglycerides, and they are basically forming with the help of glycerols and the fatty acids. These are the four types of the fatty acids, and these are the increasing order or the saturation. कभी कभार ये भी क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया जाता है कि these are the four acids, arrange them in order of the saturation, in increasing or decreasing. Okay, what is the effect of unsaturation and how to remove this unsaturation? ठीक है. Now what types of product we are getting, and further these are, and how the oils is extracting, and how we will purify the oils actually. So this is basically your whole chapter of the oils and the fats. Is it clear to you? बोलो. I hope that this is clear to you guys. Can we move forward? Okay. Now, I don't know that you are performing this experiment or not, but when I was in BTech, in the library, in the not in the library, library बोल रहा हूँ, in the lab, I don't know, in the chemical technology lab, we basically making the soaps using the oil, ठीक है. and अभी मैं भूल गया हूँ क्या oil हमने use किया था वहाँ पे, ठीक है. So actually we can convert these oils into the soap, ठीक है. So after oil purification, the next major industrial use of the oil and fat is the soap production. So whatever the ghee or whatever the cooking grade oil we are making, after that whatever we have after the oil purification, that is sent to the soap and detergent industry. Now what are the soaps? So soaps are the salts of the fatty acids, ठीक है. and in the oil and fat industry we are having also the fatty acids. Okay, so where this is the basically formula for the soap, RCOOM. So Rc double O negative, this is basically your fatty acid. It is negative, so it is anion. And M is your basically any alkaline metal. That can be the Na positive or K positive. Okay? So this is your alkaline metal. Okay? How we obtain it is obtained from the vegetable oils, it is obtained from the animal fats or any other fatty materials. Okay? So this is basically soaps is any fatty acid. So from any fatty acid, from any kind of fatty acid, we are getting this. So from vegetable oil, or it can be animal fat, or it can be fatty materials. So these are the raw material for the soaps. Okay? Okay. Now there are two processes in the soap manufacturing. One is your fat splitting and second is your sponification. Remember these process with the name also. First is fat splitting, second is sponification. First is what is the fat splitting. So as you know that fatty acid plus glycerol is making the triglyceride. But if we have the triglyceride, or you can say if we are having this fat, so we disintegrate, or you can say we reverse this equation in the fatty acid and the glycerol. So first this fat is splitting into the fatty acid and the glycerol. Okay? So how this splitting is basically performed? It is performed using the water at the high pressure and the metal oxide as a catalyst is used. So what is the metal oxide? Zinc oxide is basically used here. Okay? So first process is the fat splitting. So that fat splitting process is basically done with the help of the ZNO. With the help of the ZNO. Okay? Second process is the sponification. So what is the sponification process? It is the reaction of the fat or oil with the NaOH or with the KOH, which produces the soap and the glycerol. So first we remove the fat. That fat is reacting with the NaOH and it converted into the soap, and we are getting the glycerol also. I hope that this simple reaction is, you can remember this reaction. Okay? Is it clear to you guys? Let me know after noting all this information. Okay. Okay. So fat splitting in the presence of ZNO, sponification in the presence of NaOH. So they can ask you the chronology. First will be sponification or fat splitting, or first is a fat splitting then sponification, or what chemicals is used for the fat splitting, what chemicals is used for the sponifications. Okay? Okay, great. Next is my synthetic detergent. So basically in the synthetic detergent we are having the two types. One is the anionic detergent and another is the cationic detergent. Okay, just remember this, anionic detergent is basically gives the R negative in the solution. Okay, so that this anionic detergent having the strong detergent and cleaning action. Like in this anionic detergent, sulfates are there, sulfonates are there, alkyl benzene sulfonates are there. Okay, and most common is the alkyl benzene sulfonates are there. Is it clear to you? So what is anionic? As its name suggested, it gives the R negative in the solution. Okay, in the cationic detergent, nothing, it is gives the R positive in the solution. So what are the cationic detergent? They possess a germicidal property, disinfectant characteristics are there. And in the cationic detergent, quaternary ammonium compounds are there. Okay, so you can say whatever we are using that detergent for the clothing, that is an anionic detergent. Okay, that is an anionic detergent. So anionic detergent giving the R negative to the solution, and this possesses the detergent properties, and it commonly have ABS, alkyl benzene sulfonates, or alkyl benzene सल्फोनेट्स, ठीक है, ABS. And cationic is giving the R positive to solution, and it possesses the germicidal property, and it having the quaternary ammonium compound. So these are the difference in the anionic and cationic detergent. These are the synthetic detergents. I hope that this is clear to you. Now we have the last industry, that is the sugar industry, and that will be our last topic of the chemical technology. Just note it down and let me know that you are done with this or not. Okay. So guys, this is my last industry, that is the sugar industry. This is my last industry, last natural product industry, that is the sugar industry. Okay. Okay, chaliye. So first of all, as you know that, I think there is no need to tell you that what is the raw material for the sugar industry. Of course, it is sugar cane, जिसको हम हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं, गन्ना, right? Is it clear to you? That is your raw material for the sugar industry. It contains the sucrose. Just remember this formula, C12H22O11. ठीक है? So just remember the formula for the sucrose, fructose. ठीक है? Okay. So this is my sucrose as the final product. Now, okay. So as we know that from the ganna itself, from the sugar cane, we will make the sugar. We will make the chini. ठीक है? How to make it? Just let's understand this. So first of all, what we will do, you can say extract the juice of the sugar cane. This is my first process actually. Okay? So my first process is the extraction of the juice. So for this purpose, I think that you can say that you see these 3 pressure rolls everywhere, जहाँ पे गन्ने का जूस निकलता है, in every market and every bus stand, at every railway station in the summer season, आप वहाँ पे देख ही सकते हैं ना. So there's a 3 pressure rolls are there, and sugar cane is inserted into that, and basically we are getting the juice of the sugar cane, right? Is it clear to you? Okay, so जहाँ पे हम पीते हैं वहां पे तो पानी डाल नहीं सकता, बिकॉज अगर वहां पानी डाल दिया तो हम उसको पैसे के बजाय पता नहीं कुछ और दे देंगे, है ना. बट या इन द सुगर केन इंडस्ट्री, फॉर द बेटर एक्सट्रैक्शन वाटर इज एडेड एक्चुअली. ठीक है, सो दैट whatever the content present in the fibers of the sugar cane, that is extracted, or you can say that is extracted from that fibers after the soluble in the dissolving into the water. So my first process is basically extraction of the juice. That is done with the help of 3 pressure roll mills. ठीक है, so you can say this is the 3 pressure roll mills. Let's suppose this is the 3 pressure roll mills, and this is my sugar cane is inserted here. ठीक है, and water is added into it. Right, so that we can get the juice of the sugar cane as much as we can, right? Okay, so let's understand this. यहाँ बना लेते हैं. Now, the extracted juice contains what? It is mud, colloids, proteins, waxes, means there are lots of impurities in it. Okay? There are lots of impurities in it. So we have to remove those impurities. We have to remove those impurities. How to remove those impurities, guys? With the liming and phosphatation. So whatever we have this juice, by removing the impurities into it, we just treat with this juice with the calcium hypophosphate or calcium phosphate salts. So we are adding into this juice, what we are adding in this, we are adding the chemical, that is the calcium hypophosphate. Hypophosphate. This is the chemical basically used. Okay? Also we are using the lime, which is the CaOH2. Okay? So that basically, sorry, okay, we are using the lime, CaOH2. What is the role of the CaOH2? This basically makes the colloidal of the impurities, clumps हो जाएंगे, so that it can settle down, so that these impurity can settle down. ठीक है, impurities can settle down. Is it clear to you? हाँ जी. Now this is now my juice with, you can say, free from the impurities. ठीक है, free from the impurities. Now we will treat this juice with the sulfur dioxide. That process is called sulfitation. ठीक है. In the sulfitation process, we basically bubble the SO2 gas. We bubble the SO2 gas. ठीक है. Why we bubble this gas? To maintain the pH. To maintain the pH. ठीक है. कहाँ लिखे? Okay. So that my pH will be in the neutral range, 7 to 7.1. Right? Is it clear to you? Hanji, is it clear to you? ठीक है. Because we are using here lime, so it can basically give the alkaline nature to the juice. ठीक है. So that to avoid any acid content or any alkaline content, we bubble the SO2 gas so that its pH is maintained about the neutral value. Is it clear to you? ठीक है. So it basically act as a bleaching agent, or you can say clarifying agent, which prevent the sucrose inversion. ठीक है. Now what are the outputs we have? Now we have the mud settles and the juice is ready for the filtration. ठीक है. Is it clear to you? Okay. Now this is my juice having some pH like this. ठीक है. Now this basically juice is going into the filtration process. अभी भी उसके अंदर मड है, बहुत कुछ चीजें हैं उसके अंदर. ठीक है. अभी भी उसके अंदर मड वगैरह है, बहुत सारी impurities हैं. So हम क्या करेंगे? We basically the whatever the precipitate solids we have, that is basically removed. ठीक है. And that is basically removed with the help of, you can say, the filter cake process. ठीक है. A cake filtration process is there. And that is making the cake समझते हो आप, solidify कर देगा जो भी mud है. Whatever the mud is present, that mud is basically solidified and forming in the form of the cake actually. And that is separated out. That is separated out. So now you can say this. अभी तक यहाँ पे नहीं करना है हमने को remove. इसमें colloidal होगा बस. ठीक है. इसमें colloid होगा. यहाँ से इसके बाद में, let's suppose this is my cake filtration process. This is my cake filtration process. In the cake filtration process, this is my, you can say, cake of impurities. Whatever this colloids is making here, this is the cake formation. ठीक है. Is it clear to you? Now we have this juice free from these impurities. ठीक है. Now as you know that we added some water into it. ठीक है. So that is water, this water is basically into this juice. So we have to vaporize this water, you can say, to increase the concentration of this juice. So for that purpose, this juice is going into the multi-effect evaporator. This is going into the multi-effect evaporator. ध्यान रहे, ठीक है? That multi-effect evaporator is used in the sugar industry. Multi-effect evaporator, right? So this multi-effect evaporator basically doing the increasing the concentration of the juice. It will basically vaporize the water content. It basically vaporize the water content actually, ठीक है? So if we will talk about that concentration, that concentration is a 60 to 65%. ठीक है? Now that juice, in what form we are getting the sugar? In the form of crystals, not in the form of syrup, not in the form of, you can say, liquids, right? Is it clear to you? So now we have this thick syrup. Now this is basically making in the terms of, in the form of crystals. So final process is the crystallization. So this, whatever this thick syrup we have, that is transferred to the vacuum pans, and in the controlled cooling and super saturation, it is produced the crystals. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you guys? So now what we have the crystals of the sugar, or the after the crystallization, whatever the liquid form we have, that is called the mother liquor, and that mother liquor is called massiquate. ध्यान रहे, ठीक है? So sometime they can ask what is the massiquate. The massiquate is the basically mother liquor apart from the crystals. Is it clear to you? ठीक है? हाँ जी. Now we have the crystals, and we have the mother liquor, that is called massiquate. How to separate them? There is a machine called centrifuge. I hope that you know this. In your lab you see this. So in the we will separate this crystal into massiquate through the centrifuge. ठीक है? So these two things are separated out. ठीक है? This is my product actually, and this is my mother liquor actually. This is separate out from the sugar crystal. Is it clear to you? These molasses is basically collected actually, and this molasses is used in the alcohol industry, in the lactic acid, citric acid fermentation, and in the animal feed. This is basically used. ठीक है? Is it clear to you? And this sugar crystal is basically going for the use जो हम घरों में use करते हैं. ठीक है? Okay, if we will summarize this whole process, so just see this whole process. That first is the treatment of the lime plus phosphatation to remove the colloidal. SO2 is basically bubbled. Why? To control the pH, and after that to increase, to evaporate the water, because water मेरे काम का थोड़ी है. To evaporate the water, multi-effect evaporator is used. After that we have the syrup, and I want my final product is should be in the crystal form. Then it will this syrup is basically going for the crystallization process and through the vacuum pans, and after that we are getting the molasses, and we separate the crystal and molasses with a centrifuge. This molasses going into the alcohol industry, and yeah, that's it. And product is basically, you can say, our sugar product is going for the ready for the dispatch. So this is my sugar industry, guys. This is my sugar industry, right? So what is the important things? The formula for the sucrose. Second important thing is what is the chemical used for the pH maintenance, and what is the liming. ठीक है? What is the phosphatation? Why calcium hypophosphate is used? ठीक है? And okay, and multi-effect evaporator is used or not. ठीक है? So these are basically my important informations in the sugar industry. Haji, tell me that if you have any hurdle. Tell me if you have any hurdle, guys. So this is it from my side actually. So this is it for the chemical technology actually. So थोड़ी सी बात करेंगे आपसे. Just write these informations and let me know. और फिर अगले सब्जेक्ट की बात करते हैं. So I hope that you can PYQ सोल्व कर रहे हो आप? यू आर सॉल्विंग द PYQs और नॉट? You are solving PYQs or not? Okay. So हो रहे हैं solve PYQs? PYQs solve हो रहे हैं? Facing any problem? It may be possible that any one or two information you will get through the PYQs. ठीक है? So just I already told you, note those information in your notes. ठीक है? Okay. So guys, this is it from my side of the chemical technology. Today your chemical technology is also done from my side. Now the next subject is the PDE or solution thermodynamics. ठीक है? ठीक है, so let's see that we will discuss the solution or PD, or let's see. So I hope that chemical technology is clear to you. Just revise this content guys, है ना? Revise कीजिए इसको. This is the only way. Just I already told you that go through it at least 4 to 5 times before the examination if you want to score the full marks in the chemical technology. ठीक है? And believe me, whatever the content we have, CRE तो हो चुका है ना? CRE तो आपका हो चुका है, I think. Okay, I don't know about the CRE actually guys. CRE की मेरे पास कोई information नहीं है actually. नहीं, मुझे तो यही पता लगा कि CRE हो गया है आपका. हो सकता है कुछ स्टूडेंट्स का हो गया हो, इट मे बी पॉसिबल. कंप्लीट नो complete as thermal reactors and non-ideal reactors topic are left. अच्छा, okay. Okay. ठीक है, let's see what information I'm getting. ठीक है, according to that information आपको पता लग ही जाएगा. ठीक है, ओके, लेट्स सी, पता लग जाएगा 1-2 दिन में एंड बता देंगे आपको. उसके बाद हम जो भी वट एवर द मैनेजमेंट डिसाइड, आई विल स्टार्ट दैट सब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, सो आई नो दैट दिस केमिकल टेक्नोलॉजी इज वेरी बोरिंग सब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, I know this. ठीक है, and I know this, but again I'm telling you guys that in the whole you can say 10 to 11 subjects, there may be 1-2 subjects will be boring. वो तो होंगे ही होंगे यहाँ पे. ठीक है, so but again I think at very good pace we basically completed the chemical technology. ठीक है, बेटा I don't know actually that what subjects is completed and क्या बचे हुए हैं, I don't know, but from my side I think there are जो बड़े subject थे like fluid mechanics is completed, IPC is completed, and as you know that as आपने जो बताया CRE1 and CRE2 is completed. Isothermal reactor, non-ideal reactor discussion is not that so much vast discussion. There may be very few classes. ठीक है, सो आई डोंट नो क्या हुआ है क्या नहीं हुआ है उसके, तो मैं कह नहीं सकता हूँ उसके बारे में. ठीक है, तो एक बार आप कीजिए, जिनसे भी कंसर्न पर्सन से आप बात करते हैं उनसे एक बार आप बात कीजिए इस बारे में. ओके, चलिए, So thank you so much guys, and let's meet in the next subject, whatever it is. And thank you so much. Bye bye and take care. And if you have any hurdle, you can ask. ठीक है, चलो फिर चलें फिर. So I think I should leave the class. ठीक है. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. गलती क्या है? कौन सा लेके तक